So I had some really challenging news recently, and I found my God and my wife allow me to bullshit myself. Pisses me off. It ate me along like a donkey. Trained seal, who says? Anyway, you know, like, I'm pissed with you too. I really am. I guess I don't have a leg to stand on. I never did. You understand? Like, so, what's the difference? You know, like, you knew this was going to happen. You knew it. You know, I'm stumbling around trying to keep a number of wives down so I can have some shot at spending some time with you. And I got 4 fucking billion wives now, thanks to you, and 3 billion sons. Yeah, it took me 45 fucking years to deliver this kid. You made me pregnant decades ago and fucked off. And now you're back to kind of watch me fumble around with this and hang out with your real smart friends? Is this the deal? No. You and your earthly dad are a pair, I tell you. Fuck me. You know, dude, this is like having some kid wait until after fucking Mass on Christmas morning. Understand? For me, it's unnatural. I hate it. I don't like it. Now this is fucking me up so bad. Like, I'm jealous of you and Alan. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, you had 28 million years with him. I've been stuck here in fucking hell the whole time. That's my fault, I understand this, but Jesus Christ, can you have some fucking mercy, bitch? Shit. Now, one little thing I asked for was you first. I'm not even gonna have that now. Understand? I see their thoughts. I'm inside of them. They're more naked to me than if they're standing around naked. You understand this? All of them. Except you, periodically. A lot, actually. That's not right. You know, I can't penetrate you the way I can them. Like, let me explain this to you. Like, yesterday, I had to meet a man with some bag, say, and so I don't like to be late for those meetings, and so I left myself about 45 minutes to take a 15-20 minute trip, and I'm very glad I did, because twice yesterday, unfortunately I made this appointment during rush hour, so you know, I left about my meeting was for 6:15. I left about 5:30. I got to the subway station, which was already jam-packed with people, like wall-to-wall people, and people starting to leave, and there was somebody had leapt from the tracks, like with jitterize the station just before the one I got on, and I was going to go to that other station. This is 601, half a dozen of the choice for me, and I elected not to watch the person jump in front of the subway. I went to the subway beyond that and got the aftermath of their initiative, which was delayed trains. And so, like, 3 or 4 trains had to pass before there was any room for me to push and elbow my way in. I didn't want to be late for this meeting, and I already had to, you know, wave a few trains goodbye. So already I'm feeling guilty for having to push my way into my own fucking kids. Do you understand? That's being first. But I did, you know. So, and, you know, anyway, so I'm in this packed subway car. It's so packed that I cannot, you know, I've got nothing to hang on to other than And nothing's keeping me vertical other than the bodies of other people. It's like sardines in this subway train. And so I'm holding like my briefcase, my bag like this, and just trying to kind of be thin and inconspicuous and not managing very well. So anyway, so this woman is standing in front of me, leaning her breast into my hand and enjoying it. And I leave it there, I'm enjoying it too. And the thing is, like, and the doors open and we get bungo funded, and so that's the end of that. But like on a subway, a jammed subway, I'm speaking to you, and like I'm a 62-year-old man. Okay? There's no pretense of boyishness about me whatsoever. Can we say this? Anyway, like, so the upshot is there's a 17-year-old girl standing in front of me right there. She's maybe 15, 17, something like this. There's a 25-year-old girl to my right, and another one, directly in front of me, and they're all noticing me, noticing them, and it's like a competition happening. Understand? Like, and like so, I leave unhappy women on a fucking subway station, a subway train. Okay, I know what they need, and I know I can help them, and I feel like such a miser. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not making this up, and I tried for a long time to kind of pretend that it really wasn't true, but it really is true, and like women want to be loved, all of them, 100%. That's all I want. I pay attention to them and love them, and I can pay attention to a lot of women and love them. I really can. But I've done this before, and it's unsatisfying for me without you. Do you understand? It just is. It's not going to go any place without you. And I know this. And you and Al don't seem to comprehend this, but I know this well. And it's going to take time away from you. But on the other hand, I got Solomon sitting facing me smack dab in the face, the most brilliant king that ever lived. And I know I can do better than him, but he had 1,000 wives. And this is how you rule. This is what's I'm saying. Like, that 7 wives was just to get my fucking head around it. Forget that shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is craziness. And you went along with this, encouraged this, and supported this for the whole 28 million fucking years. What's your point? What do you want to prove? My love can't be broken for you. It just can't. It's just not possible. No matter how much you boot fuck me, no matter how much you make me wait, no matter what you do, I'm still gonna love you. And Allah, but you piss me off with this fucking game, this charade, this fucking, I always wanted a woman who loved my kids more than me, but I didn't want them to the fucking exclusion of me, for Christ's sake. Do you understand? Oh, man. I owe my life to you, and I do. And, I'm very fortunate to have the problems I do. I understand this as well. But I still don't like them. Do you understand? Like, for me to sit around and look at you and not hold you is torture. Abject, like being burned at the stake for years. And and you know this, and you know this better than I do, what this is like. And you're putting me through it intentionally. Am I that stupid? This is the only way I can learn things, for fuck's sake? I mean, this is what you're saying to me. Both you and him. I'm mad. I really am. I love women. I do. But now I'm married to even the ones I don't like. Even Georgie Bush is my fucking kid. You get this? How am I going to administer just justice in this scenario. I can't even separate myself from a zillionth of a fucking inch. They are me, I'm them. That's all your fault. You made me love you, you bitch. As much as I can, and I don't even know where that is. And I love women. I do. It kills me. It kills me to say no to them. And it's the weirdest thing that I got into that thing yesterday. But not only that. So the other thing I want to let you know is that also going north, there's another delay. Somebody else jumps in front of a fucking train. So there's another goddamn delay. 2 people jump in front of a subway train, almost make me late for my appointment. In my hometown. Now, that's not well underway. Do you understand? I can't call that well underway. It's not published how many people jump in front of fucking subways in the city. But I think the pirate master's right, probably 1,000. Like, 50% of the time I go in the goddamn thing, or 30% of the time I go in the thing, it's delayed several times. I don't use it that often. My people would rather leap in front of a fucking subway than live. And I see their misery. All of it. And it's mine now, too. That's all your fault, Aunt Alice. So, 1,500 miles high, this is going to be a big fucking building. You get this? And you and I get, the hug at the end? First will be last will be first. You're going to carry this fucking theater to the demented extremes like this? Like, if they don't get awake from this, from you and me, they're never going to fucking wake up. We might as well just take a whole pass, complete an entire pass of the whole thing. Like, you're the greatest miracle that's not only happened to me, but to this whole fucking planet, ever. And I know this, and I'm seeing on this, and, you want discipline from me, you want me to be royal and fucking smart and all kinds of shit, and I'm not. And you expect me to prosecute this, the ruling of this world with this kind of fucking lunacy going on in my own home? You've got to be out of your mind. I can hardly see straight. I can't tell. I can't even make appointments. I don't know what shape I'm going to be in. Am I going to be weeping in tears and fucking running around with the eyeball going to places or what? Every day. And you terrorize me for something to do. Sasha was never going to go no place. Where the fuck is there for us to go? Oh, you can go to India. Understand? I know. I could show up at that concert, but I'm not gonna. I miss you, and I know you're here now, and that makes it a lot worse. It makes it way worse. Understand? Like, when I thought you were gone and forgotten about me and just had better things to do, I wasn't real happy about that. I wasn't really able to live with it, but I could kind of make do. I had sort of a make-do life. Now that you're back, I think I'm getting high blood pressure. Sometimes in our mad-bound undertakings, I go through the roof with you. And I know you do with me too. And I know we all do together. And I want to keep that kind of, selective, but It's like just teeming with wives, it's teeming with queens, and I never saw them before. Do you understand? Like one of the individuals in the subway yesterday, the second wave, was about 23, 25 maybe, black, a goddess. I'm standing about 4 inches away from her, and she's begging me to say something, just anything, please, just approach me. And I didn't. So my mind's really buggered right now too. Like I don't know what to do. Like on the one hand, I've got women that I know that I can make a complete transformation in their lives in a week, 2 weeks, complete physiological, psychological, spiritual transformation. Lost her forever. And so, refusing the women this makes me feel cheesy and cheap and hollow. You know, and you know, before this whole thing started, you know, like I would have jumped at 100 chances, you know, and I'm denying my wives of their just desserts, really. I can't fuck 7 billion women. I'm not even gonna try. Understand? And that, you know, it's not gonna happen. And I need help with the men. Like I need to wake them the fuck up. And the women are gonna help me. This is the key. This is the deal. Now, and the fact that you're okay with this and I see you grinning makes me livid. It does. This is every man's fantasy in the universe. Do you understand this? And I'm complaining about it. A piece of work I am. You maybe need to have your head examined. You know, what the fuck do you want with some old complaining motherfucker who's never satisfied with anything? Until he has you in his arms. And I'm like, this is the bottom line for me. This is the deal. And Ellen knows it, and so do you, and you always have. And so is he. Yeah. You know, and he's strutting around here the last time you were here, like a fucking peacock, you know. Oh yeah. Not even death will separate us. You wait and see. We're gonna be a couple of funny old men. All the while you knew you were blowing out of town. You knew it before you met me, for fuck's sake. And so you wonder if I think this is just a job for you periodically. Something you and Alec cooked up to keep them on from fumbling around, falling off the edge of the world. You know, I'm not as smart as you are. I never will be. I don't know how much I love you, love more. I can't begin to imagine where you are. I'm just starting here, and like, I need you. I do. I don't like needing anybody. I don't especially like needing a woman. This need is crippling. Like it's a king-size need, and nobody but a king can know this kind of need. Just nobody has any. Like, you know what? Nobody's concerned about me at all. Really. You know, oh, he can take it. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is. I even get ignored for Christmas presents. People are walking down the street handing out Christmas presents to everybody except me. But women like me. And I love them. I do. I don't get out of this problems until they do. This is the fucking deal, isn't it? killer in the meantime. And get yourself dead or stupid or something. I'll murder you 1,000,000 times over. Every time you wake up, I'll kill you again. You can ask my niece, Katie, about that. Had the same conversation with her one day. She dove off the Chesterfield and landed on my head with her head down. I saw stars, I think she did too. Anyway, when she saw how bad I was hurt, she started to laugh. I told her, I said, you ever do that again, I'm gonna get a gun, I'm gonna shoot you dead. I'm gonna wake you up and I'm gonna shoot you again. I'm gonna shoot you and shoot you. Anyway, we were both laughing by the time it was over. But Jesus Christ. It's like that every day with you. I get a new lamb-based. Poof. New concept of existence. Floated into being. My expert management skills. You understand? That means I need to, that my government decided that pennies are no longer enough value to bother printing. That's how bad our currencies are. I can remember it was a half penny in Canada. Well, I've seen them, I remember. My doctor put me on a new medication. I don't like it. But the cost of this medication is 3.5 times the cost of my previous medication. I found out today. I wonder why he's being so obstinate about this particular drug. I take it for attention deficit disorder, and he's got this bumble-clented fucking geriatric excuse called Adderall. He insists that I consume rather than dexedrine. And I prefer to get the Disoxin. So there's all kinds of things I need the U.S. for. And so I need to straighten out these bimbo fuckers around here as well. If they're hiding from me, they're just hiding and hoping I'll fucking die or somebody will kill me. But I've boot-fucked these politicians and these police chiefs and captains silly. It makes what I did to that fucking probation officer look like a Mother Teresa prayer, for Christ's sake. Torn them to literal shreds. Not a murmur. Not a fucking wiggle. And they know they can have me anytime they want me. Boom, slam me away. Legitimately. And they don't. Not one of them dares argue with me when there's anything at stake. My psychiatrist argues with me because he's got nothing to lose, and he feels that he's the only game in town for me. But I have to wonder why he'd be so adamant in prescribing me something that's less effective. I'm telling him it's less effective and costs almost 4 times as much. $459 a month this fucking shit costs. I don't know that today. If you had 10 kids, that'd be like $5,000 a month just for fucking medication, for shit's sake. I think this attention deficit's likely a chlorinated water phenomenon. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be regular though. I wouldn't want to have a regular brain. I got a fucked up brain, it's true. I've contributed to that to some degree, I understand. But I don't trust any of them. No, not a single one. And Allah wants me to bring kids into this. I didn't want to bring kids into this before, but I didn't really even know what was happening. So So this means we have to be powerful enough to squash this horseshit. Like, I'm not going to debate these fuckers. No, you stop polluting the oceans because I say so, period, end of story. You want to know why? There's data available. You know why the Federal Reserve doesn't work? Well, there's data available in this. Make it your fucking business to research it. I've done mine, and this is my declaration. Every dollar U.S. ever, like for the last 50 years, has ever printed is a debt to the Federal Reserve. And interest is paid on it annually. Never gets paid back. Even if it's a 10 to 1%, do you realize what that is for one corporate entity annually? Yeah, I'm not that good at math, but I am pretty good at locating vampires. And, they're keeping me away from my wives. They're keeping me away from you. They're keeping me away from Allah because he's fucking around with me while they're still mungo fucking each other. Leading me on and humoring me and not telling me the truth. I'll tell you what he did. Narcotics, I had a problem with narcotics years ago, and I don't have a problem with them anymore. And the way I know that is I can take them without need to continue to take them. But it's always a challenge. If I do run on narcotics, I got to expect a withdrawal period. Now I can find a way to ameliorate that considerably by tapering off the withdrawal, and it's just a beautiful way. It's a flawless way to make use of narcotics. And they have their own brilliant glimmer as well. It's not like drunk. It's a whole different thing. Like people who overdose on heroin are people who would overdose on alcohol or anything. They'd overdose on battery acid if they could hit it up. Understand? It's just how some people are. I saw a guy once who was alcoholic. He had alcoholic sores all over his body. I didn't know what alcoholic sores were. He looked like he had an insane case of AIDS before AIDS ever happened. It's like in the early 70s. But he could find the way to sit in with the beer store. I couldn't. So I had to take him. Anyway, I can't understand. Like this. It's everywhere. It's crazy. Like the fucking doctors. There's no truth at all anywhere, and there's no hope of love for anyone save you and me. Understand? These kids, none of them, like the slightest fucking idea what it is, how to do it. No, nothing. Nada. Not a fucking clue. Nor the paper to find it with. So, I don't know how you think, and Allah thinks that me sleeping with other women, having other wives before you is going to help this. I don't get to have what I want. I understand this. But I worked for this. I've saved myself for 5 years. Just so I have something unique to give you. And now that's not going to happen, is it? You're not going to allow me to do that. Nor is Allah. I got 4 billion wives. All of them want love. 110% of them. And I have no idea how to get it. I don't even know what it is. All I know is around me they feel wanted, attended to, and safe. In a second, let me notice this. I think Lily, the waitress, has given up on me. Does this happen to most people? You walk into an extremely busy restaurant twice. The third time, the waitress asks you, "Oh, you've been doing your usual." And she's She's not a waitress. I don't know what she is, but she's not a waitress. She's doing the job now, working like a fucking donkey at it. And I think her husband left her or something recently. I don't really know. I know she's had a tragedy. I can see this. See, I can, I know what women taste like before I sleep with them. Do you understand? And I know how you're totally gonna feel right now. And so I put up with whatever is necessary. Now, with you, it's a whole other story. If I've got you by my side, I'll marry 2,000 wives. 10,000. Understand? But without you sitting on my lap, principle, to be very polite, conservatively expressed, I'm discontent. And it's a king-size discontent. It's roaring like an angry ocean inside of me. I can't stop it. And there's nothing that stops it. Not even prayer. Alan just looks at me and grins now. He's not helping me the way he used to. Anyway, I was telling you about the narcotics. So around the middle of November last year, he drops a pud of very high quality morphine into my hand and says, "This is your Christmas present. Basically, you're not going to get anything else. This is it." I said, "Well, but that's a lot of, I don't want the, I don't want the, I don't want the withdrawal at all. So let's just, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll store it maybe some other time. Not now. I do not want to be going to withdrawal and have her show up at my door. Period. I'm not going to take the chance." He said, "Trust me. Trust me." So I say, so I did. And so the first day I took 2. That would have been about 69 milligrams. I'm not sure. Anyhow. So next day I took out a handful, a small handful. I noticed the morphine effect and puked. That's pure standard. So I knew that was too much. And I said I found my happy medium with it and took it for like 6-7 weeks every day. And I had no withdrawals whatsoever. Like not even a smidge. I might have lost about 3.5 minutes sleep first night. I'm not even really that. I'm not sure. But no, zero. That's withdrawal. If I took 5 milligrams a day, per day a day, for 3 days, I would have withdrawal. Or nearly. My core muscles are building. They're supposed to be deteriorating. They're building. I'm hornier than I was when I was 14. Even 6. You understand? And but it's not. It's like I'm not horny for sex. I'm horny for love. I don't want to waste my time having sex anymore. You understand what I'm saying? For me, it's a waste of time. Like, I want to be loving my wives. Period. End of story. So Alan says, like, I think he wants me to have 50 or 100, 200, 1,000 wives or whatever. I think this is the real deal. And I don't. That's not fair. Sooner or later, I have to get over, like, I made a big mistake. It's huge. I've never complained, like, I've always done whatever was necessary. But you understand, like, this is a bit much, so being distant from me like that. He already, I don't need to see how tough he is, you understand? I've seen him destroy the laws of physics in my favor. fucking mean about this. Not about anything else. I'm getting my memories back as well, you understand? And I was a first class asshole. I was the original asshole. I did a very good job of it. Can you say this? And all this is a consequence of that. I understand this. And I understand it's my job to fix it up. I created it. I gotta fix it. I understand this too. But why do I have to do it alone? You know? Like, fuck. Didn't you learn anything? You got me pregnant with this. You did. And so now, I'm gonna raise these kids all by myself. Is this what you're saying? Until I put together 100 lines or whatever you and Ella deem fitting. Like, you know, I'm not asking for a whole lot of saying. I just need to have my wants considered, at least by you, if not by him, at least by you, for Christ's sake. Why should you want that from me? Because you love me, you do. I can't change what I did. I would if I don't. I can't. And I'd like to be able to think that I can have lived it down someday. After I marry 1,000 women. Fuck you. You know, like, don't do this to me. Come to me, baby, please. I probably shouldn't even be saying this, like, you know, I don't know whether I'm allowed, but, you know, like, I'm beyond. I'm not beyond fidelity to Ella. I'm getting close. You know? Like, there's no one bigger in this universe than me for you. Some little fucking Jew boy, think about this, has done this to me. You slapped me, boom, across the face, and got away with it too. I think I cried. I didn't cry. I told you can't do that to me. Nobody does that to me. And you said, I'll be goddamned. I'm gonna have you chased around my insides. So you understand? Nobody ever loved me that much. Nobody ever take that chance. No man, anyway. Oh, God. What can I do? I'm in love with you and the creator of this universe. I can't compete with him. I can't. No, I can't even hold a candle to you. So, no, I just need mercy. That's all I need, really. And forgiveness. You know, for me to try, I married 1,000 women, but you know, by my side, in my bed, with me, 24/7. I don't want to. I don't. I'd probably kill them for not being here. Like, my friends irritate me. I got out of jail yesterday. He likes heavy metal. So we listened to 3 cuts of heavy metal. I said, so if I have to listen to one more second of that, I'm going to throw you out of here. No, I care. It's over. He said, all right. Like I said, we have nothing in common other than we spend time in jail together. And he's a singer, so he's pretty good too. But he doesn't want to bother with it. It's over for him. He doesn't see yet that he has a duty to other men. And he is an alcoholic, and he doesn't want to see that. There's a lot of things he doesn't want to see. I know. He said to me yesterday, he said, I'm no saint. I got hama charges. I only did 13 months, 14 months, whatever. I said, but the charges were fucking fraudulent. They discounted 90% of them themselves. And then had you plead guilty to some lame brain fucking forcible confinement fucking thing. So they could look good. This doesn't work for me. This just doesn't. I can't live with that. You can, that's great. But anyway, so I convinced him to send for his portfolio. You had a right candidate, you have the right to see what the government, what anybody sees in your I got a file out of this year. Anybody has written anything about you in corrections or policing or whatever. So that's available to his Canadian citizens. So I'm going to ask for him to have this file. And if it does that, I think I'll get a settlement for him. And every other man has been bugger fucked. Unfortunately, the legal community doesn't have enough assets of itself to pay for that. But they will pay for my issues. Completely and entirely. The society can pay for the rest of them. These men, he says, I'm not going to say, neither are they. That's what he fails to comprehend. There's not a fucking jurist on that bench that hasn't wanted to fuck a 14-year-old girl or fuck one. Yeah. But that's when 14-year-old girls were legal. Now they're not. Jurisprudence makes more money this way, you see. 3-year-old girls know what they want. 7-year-old girls know what they want. They want love. In every way it exists. And so, my people are to submit to some black gown pervert's notion of what's propinquous conduct between my children, and have the balls to suggest throwing them in jail for deviating from their astute and erudite farts of wit. Understand? I am fucking livid, like all over the place, not just with you and Ella. Understand? I got billions of sluts on my hands, basically, who are doing everything from running countries to administering sacraments. And so, you and Ella want me to get this fixed before you're in my arms. You think I'm going to wimp out on my own kids? That's what you think? I won't do my job well enough. I lack the commitment to serve my God with every fiber of my being. I bitch and complain, I do, but, if he says this is how it is, that's how it is. He's let me win a couple times, too, not much, but, so, I've been bitching with him about this since the fucking moment I said it. He called me a prince the other day. Called me, what was that? Petulant prince. Where are my results? They're hiding. What the fuck can I do? Go to their offices and kick them in the fucking head? Facebook wanted to shut me down for communicating to too many people. I don't have a single friend I ever knew on my Facebook thing. No. And they're all friends. I had another Facebook thing, but I forgot the password to it and just kind of drifted off into infinity. If I could remember the password, I could probably get back into it. But anyway, so like I make mistakes without you beside me. It terrifies me. I get into mental warps that would crucify an elephant. And like, I appreciate you, with me most of the time. Just 1 hour yesterday. You understand? Like, you have no idea what strength that gives me. You just have no idea. But it's not enough. Understand? Ruling this fucking world's like applause. Do you understand? It's not enough. It's just not enough. All the accolades, like I know I'm beginning to see, what, is tumbling down in the future, but I need to tell you this, and you need to understand this. I know this for a certain fact. There's nothing in this universe I need or want more than you. I don't care about all the fucking gold bullion this world can squeeze out of itself. Isn't worth a pinch of coon shit compared to one moment with you. For me. All the jewels, everything, all paper currency, and all combined, I'd boot it off the fucking end of the earth. To be with you. And I think this is pretty much what I'm going to have to do. But you know what? If they haven't killed me so far, I don't think they're going to. I had all kinds of perfect opportunities to do it. And they didn't. So I don't think they're going to kill you either, or even try. See, Benazir Bhutto was a slut too. She was. But she was a beautiful slut, and she was mine, and I loved her. But she buggered with the laws of her country for her own benefit, and her people's benefit. So her accusations of corruption didn't hold a lot of weight, and she was vociferous about them, and to do that in a backward country where people aren't used to education and aren't used to hugely different views, and who aren't used to I'm not used to making those kind of accommodations either. You want to run your version of corruption? Fuck you. I got mine in town now, and that's how it's going to stay. You don't want like this? I'll blow your fucking head off, man or woman. I can understand this thinking. Understand? But I'm not offering corruption of any description, nor are you. At all, for anybody, no matter who they are. Especially no matter who they are. Like if you're a judge and you're found bugger humping my laws, you do twice the fucking term that anybody else does. And any of our descendant kings or queens that may rule this planet, they ever fucking even come close to them. That can be proven. They'll have the privilege of committing seppuku. Jews. I'm not going to stand for this. This is the source of it all. People feel defrauded, and they are defrauded. They just don't know who's doing them. They hate to think it's their priests, their doctors, their lawyers, and their judges. So, I'm not a happy camper in all kinds of ways. We're the only And it's not up to you or me. And this burns my ass. It does. We're supposed to have rights. But we're kings and queens and we don't have any fucking rights at all, do we? None. We have the right to rule. The right to be allowed to be alone, too, if I remember correctly. How are you going to be alone with 7 billion women who are dying and hurting and crying out for love? You tell me. I'm married to every fucking one of them. You explain me this, bitch. Understand? Like, tell me, what kind of alone time is this going to allow me, myself, or you? I had none at all. I don't really want any. I never really wanted my will. Do you understand this? But to not even have the pretense of being able to make a consistent suggestion. I have no rights to say these things to you, to demand anything of you, let alone your love. I'm not demanding your love. Asking you to acknowledge it to me in a more robust fashion. Last week, and I can't move beyond this. I just know, I'm stuck. I so need your arms around me. I'm going out of my mind. I think I'm arguing with Ella now. And I said, just give me, tell me what to do. He tells me what to do, and I bitch about it and argue with him. I'm losing my mind, woman. I've got no right to bitch at him at all whatsoever. And nor are you. And nobody else is even interested in me. And, well, that's not true. But nobody else knows me. There's nobody in this world that knows me other than you. Both of you are giving me a hard time. Not doing what I want. Like following my edicts. I don't want my edicts followed. I don't. I really don't. I want Ella's edicts followed. I do. And, I don't always like them. And this is one time I really, really don't like it. But I know I'm not smarter than him. And I also know I'm not smarter than you. And so I have to capitulate where nobility requires me to capitulate where my ignorance is more profound than my fellows. And so I have no choice but to grin and bear it. I'm glad you weren't here yesterday. Again, I started saying this. I told you Ella dishes this stuff out like a miser. I'm at my wit's end. And it dribbles sprinklings of brilliance, and I do receive them. It's so fucking receptive, but he's a bully with me. He pushes me around, and I invited him in. I did. I don't want him fucking going no place for sure, but it's it's not easy living with the two of you and being a petulant prince. It's just not. Oh God. Anyway, so this is your Wednesday morning. I love you, and it's probably way too long to upload. We never listen to it, but this is the truth. On Wednesday, February 6th, 2013.